This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga, dudes and dudettes. This is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Marvel Legends Deadpool. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in your standard Marvel Legends window box packaging. We can also see that it says Deadpool in giant letters at the bottom. Turning the box around, we can see an image of the figure at the top. And at the bottom, all the other pieces from this wave, including the Build-A-Figure Sasquatch, Deadpool, Cable, Domino, Paladin, X-Force Deadpool, X-Force X-23, and Deathlock. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here's Deadpool out of the box. And man, I freaking love this action figure. Being a die-hard Deadpool fan, I am so stoked that we got a more classic Deadpool in the Marvel Legends line. And the reason I picked up this entire wave is because next week we have Deadpool 2 hitting theaters, and I am so stoked to check out all these figures with you guys. But before we take a closer look at this particular figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So now with this version of Deadpool, we only get two accessories, those being his two katanas. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Deadpool. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Deadpool. Now this is a fantastic toy because this is more of a classic take on the Deadpool character. We've had all kinds of figures that have come out over the years where it's based on more, different comic book versions and whatnot, more modern takes, just different versions that we've seen quite a bit often, but nothing like the classic Deadpool from like that 90s era, more toward his, first appearance time. And we're finally getting it in Marvel Legends form. And I absolutely love this. So first and foremost, what I do like, the bright red color that we get. Now, if we take a look at this Deadpool over here, you can see how different tone of red this one is. It's a more darker, deeper red. This one's more bright and vibrant, which I do love. Now, again, I say this is more of a classic take on Deadpool, because it does remind me more of that old school Rob Liefeld comic book look with not all these crazy pouches and pretty simple looking design and whatnot. A lot that we don't really see these days with Deadpool artists and whatnot. But it also reminds me of that old school Deadpool toy from the Toy Biz X-Men line. I absolutely loved that toy as a kid, and this figure now really reminds me of that vintage toy, which I absolutely love. So again, this piece is fantastic. I love the blacks right in here and whatnot. All just very nicely done for the most part. The grays with the straps, even got silver belt buckles. I love his right here at the center. You got that Deadpool logo, which is very cool. You got some pouches around the legs, which is very 90s. I love that a lot. Just a very cool looking figure. I did notice some like nicks right here on some black paint here and there throughout this figure, where it's it's scratched up a little bit. But from what I've noticed with this particular Deadpool, all the other ones that I've seen, they all seem to have some type of wear. So it kind of seems to be a universal problem, but it's not too terrible. But again, it looks really, really cool. See, he's not wearing boots, like we've seen with other figures. He has his little wrist wraps. These are on a separate little floaty piece like that. Same with those wrist guards. I just think it looks great. You got this two sword like that, crossed with the sheath. I think it looks really cool. Just a very sweet and classic looking Deadpool that I absolutely love. You can see he's wearing his choker in there. I just dig that so much. What a great action figure. Now, the only two accessories that we do get are these two katanas right here. And that's okay. I kind of wish he came with something else. Again, like that vintage toy from Toy Biz, you had the two swords and then you had that little knife that was kind of like molded into the hand that would like retract and whatnot. I kind of wish he came with that knife at least, something like that, as an extra bonus accessory. But we only get the two katanas in, but that's okay. That's really all he needs, you know what I mean? With the exception of maybe like a gun. But I think this is very cool, and I love the fact that there's these two shorter type of katanas. As you can see, he holds them in both hands very, very well. They're nice, done in a silver, and they got a blue type of handle. They work very, very nice, and they do stick in the hands very nicely, so they're not going to go anywhere and fall out on you. His hands grip around those swords very nice and tight. But again, like the fact that the swords are short, the swords, I cannot speak. Go ahead and slap me. The swords are short. Again, kind of like that classic X-Men Toy Biz figure, because that's exactly what these swords remind me of that classic toy, which again just makes me love this particular Marvel Legends Deadpool a ton, and I absolutely love it. So let's take a look at articulation now. So the head is on a ball joint. It doesn't really roll around so much, but it does turn left and right. You can look up about that far. It is hindered by the choker a little bit. Down about that far. Can go full 360 like so. We can go out and up that far. We do get a butterfly joint in there, which I really do like. Rotate at the bicep. We got double jointed elbows. Rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. We do get an ab crunch that crunches forward about that much, which is very nice. Back about that far, which is good. Rotate at the waist. We got hip joints that kick forward that much. Back not so much. Only do the splits about that far. I wish we could do the splits a little more, especially with a character like this who's very acrobatic and ninja-like. He should do the splits a lot more. But from when I hear, Hasbro kind of has a little problem with these joints, just not going as much, especially with characters like, you know, Spider-Man and things like that. We do rotate at the thigh like that, double jointed knees. We does rotate at the calf right there. Ankle joints does go up and down. Does not rotate, but we do get a very good ankle rocker. So overall, I think this is a dope figure. Again, it just kind of reminds me of that old school Deadpool, you know, early era 90s and whatnot, and the rise of the X-Force, that Rob Liefeld straight up Deadpool. Again, reminds me of that vintage toy, which was one of my all-time favorite Toy Biz action figures. I loved it so much. So if you can find him, I do know he is 2 per case, so he should be pretty easy to come by. So again, if you're a giant Deadpool fan like I am, you would absolutely love this action figure. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Deadpool comparison, here he is standing next to a couple other Marvel Legends Deadpool figures in my collection. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the new Marvel Legends Deadpool. Now overall, I really think this is one sweet action figure. Being a die-hard Deadpool fan just makes me more stoked to get yet another cool Marvel Legends Deadpool. With the fact that we have the new movie coming out very soon, just excites me more for this entire wave. And with this piece reminding me of that vintage action figure, just makes me appreciate it oh so much more. I think Hasbro did an amazing job, and I think he is definitely a must-get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.